Water is sometimes sharp and sometimes strong, sometimes acid and sometimes bitter, sometimes sweet and sometimes thick or thin. Sometimes it is seen bringing hurt or pestilence, sometimes health-giving, sometimes poisonous. It suffers change into as many natures as are the different places through which it passes. In time and with water, everything changes. Leonardo da Vinci.
Why do you think the complexity of water is often ignored?
I think it's because we're taught it simple. We're told water is water. Also, it's one of those things that we do so much we sort of forget about. We go blind to the beauty.
We take it for granted.
Exactly. There are a handful of sources of bottled water. Here are some of the main ones. So you have natural spring water, we have artesian aquifer water, then we have mineral enhanced waters and purified waters.
Any sparkling water?
I tend to avoid those. I feel that the carbonation distracts from the elegance and the taste of the water.
So what is the best source?
The best source, it depends a lot on personal preference and the situation. Mineral enhanced waters, those oftentimes suggest health benefits, but there's very little evidence of those. Purified waters, those actually oftentimes have minerals added back in after they're purified. And then artesian water and spring water, those are where things get really interesting because the water you're having is pure from the source, unmodified, which means water from Maine will taste different than water from Italy.
Let the water festivities begin.
It's an honor to host tonight's meeting. As you all know, the theme for tonight is Italian water, so I gathered some of my favorite Italian waters for us to try. So let's get started. The inspection step is just to ensure that there are no contaminants in your glass and that there's no smell or coloration. So the first water is an artesian water from the region of Veneto in Italy. It has a TDS level of around 300. TDS, or total dissolved solids, is a measurement of the amount of minerals in a water. It is expressed in either parts per million or milligrams per liter.
Relatively smooth. A lot of magnesium.
This next water is also an artesian water. It comes from 300 meters below Monte dei Due, which translates to Mountain of God. There are four main steps to tasting water. First, you observe. Second, you smell. Third, you take a small sip, paying attention to the taste of the water. And fourth, you take a larger drink, this time paying attention to the texture and the feel of the water. Next is one of my personal favorites. It comes from Tuscany. It's a natural spring water, has a TDS level of around 150.
Very smooth and light.
What inspired your passion for water?
I grew up drinking tap water, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the taste or the texture of it. And I thought all water was the same. Then I started experimenting and trying new waters. And I found that the minerals in water changed everything. They changed the taste, the texture. The whole experience was changed by the minerals in the water. And then when I tasted Fiji, I experienced the tropical climate of Fiji. When I tasted Voss, I experienced the beautiful fjords of Norway. And when I tasted Aquapana, I was in the Tuscan countryside, seeing the beautiful rolling hills. That's why I love water. When people ask me how to be one with water, I tell them to go to the local market and get the different varieties of water and to try them, and to pay attention to the taste, the texture, and the emotion it cultivates within.